G'day chaps, I'm Gamer Nate and welcome to my Sovereign Reign Beginner's Guide. Now let me tell you right off the bat, I'm not pretending to be any kind of expert on the game here. However, I have spent a few hours playing and noticed there really isn't much out there on the internet to help new players get to grips with what is a fantastic title. So I thought I'd make this to save you searching for information and get into the game that much quicker. Without any further ado, here we go. Number 1. Relay beacons. Beacons are the core mechanic of the game and are highly important. Standing next to them recharges shields, armor and health, and also allows you to save your game and equip your agents. Furthermore, they let you travel fast between destinations, and this is very useful, especially later in the game. Secondly, money. Hack ATMs everywhere you see them, and try to hack all of them as soon as you can. This brings you in a nice passive income, and you'll need this to pay for bribes, weapon upgrades, research and other things. There's also a bank job you can do early on that gets your income level up high enough to pay for almost everything you need in the early stages of the game. Which brings me nicely onto number 3, the first missions. So once you've done the tutorial, you'll have really 2 missions to choose from. Firstly, get your infiltrator, which is the 4th member of your team. You only start with 3 people. And the second is to rob the bank. Now the infiltrator agent doesn't really do much in the first mission, so it's not essential that you go and get them right away. On the other hand, the mission's much easier than the bank job, and you might find it's a nice way to get used to the game after you've learnt the basics. It's certainly the first mission I did, and I think it's probably a good way to go. In the bank mission, very important, make sure you do it twice. Nobody tells you this. Firstly, send your hacker in. I found this easier to do with the hacker alone. And then you send in your soldier, because the game tells you there are 2 ways to actually do this mission. It doesn't say you can actually do it twice, but you can, and it's well worth it. Your hacker will give you $6,000 and a boost to the amount you get from hacking the ATMs that you hopefully have already unlocked. The soldier gives you $10,000. This is a great start to the game by anyone's standards. And by the way, I found it easier to do the soldier part of the bank job using the hacker and soldier only. This is just a little personal tip. Any more agents in there start to get in the way. Okay, on to number 4, silent assassinations. Again, this isn't really pointed out anywhere, but it's shown as a possible option for you to do. However, it's well worth spending $350 per agent to silence all of your agents' pistols. This means that they're all able to sneak up behind and take out soldiers without raising any alarms, and the bodies disappear pretty quick. I found this very, very useful and would recommend it highly. Okay, on to number 5. Upgrading and specialization. Now it's worth thinking about how you're going to want each agent to complement the others from the outset. It makes most sense, for example, to beef up your soldier while adding stealth abilities to your infiltrator and additional levels of hacking to your hacker, as it makes the whole stronger than the sum of its individual parts. Revival skills for the supporting agent make sense as well. In case you were wondering, by the way, remember that you'll need to be next to a beacon to upgrade or otherwise change your loadout. Okay, on to number 6, dying. Don't worry too much about losing an agent, they simply respawn next to the nearest beacon. However, do spend some time capturing civilians or soldiers once you've leveled up enough, so that your agents respawn into stronger and more highly skilled bodies. You can pay extra to have them respawn sooner if really necessary, but I can't see that really you having to do that unless there's a firefight right next to one of your beacons. So personally, I just let the timer run and then respawn when it doesn't cost you anything. Number 7, we're on to skills. Now something Satellite Reign doesn't make terribly obvious is where the agent experience points actually come from. Staying in cover when inside an enemy compound, for example, and moving from cover to cover gets you points, so it's actually beneficial to always stick to cover, even if there aren't too many guards around. They don't really explain this. Basic combat also results in experience points, so if you want to gather up a few outside of a specific mission, then just start some trouble with the local district security. Okay, on to number 8, hardwiring. Now this is kind of an option that is presented to you, but it's not really given much weight. However, don't overlook hardwiring if, like me, you're generally going for the stealthy approach and you like sneaking around. It's a quiet, straightforward way to shut down generators, which can power anything from automated turrets to electrified zip lines. A soldier with a decent hardwiring skill, can really pave the way for your sneakier agents, and it works much in the same way as hacking. Sometimes some doors even have two options, one for your hacker and one for the agent with the hardwiring skill. And if you're using different agents in different places, this can be particularly useful. Okay, number 9. Hijacking and cloning. Now you can hijack any civilian to use them for your agents to upload their consciousness into if they die. And this is how that whole game mechanic works. First, you use your scan to find a suitable candidate, and then you use your hacker to hijack them. You can then send them off to the cloning, where they just run off screen, and add them to your bank of human resources. Once you've got a new clone, you can also customize their appearance. Clones come with small varying bonuses for your agent, but do be warned. The cloning process isn't perfect, and bonuses will degrade each time you clone someone. Number 10. Research. Now, this is a beginner's guide, and in the early stages of the game you'll really only have an upgraded pistol to research. It doesn't seem, in my experience, to add much to the abilities of your team, so I'd suggest waiting to start the research until you've robbed the bank and robbed it twice. Finally, and this is just a real extra, I thought you might find it interesting to know where the name Satellite Rain actually comes from. Now, Satellite Rain was in fact a weapon from the original Syndicate series. Satellite Rain as in satellite rain as in the weather rain. This was a hugely powerful weapon, and the makers of Satellite Rain this game, who are called 5 Live Studios, they're a studio based up in Brisbane, Australia. Some of them were involved in the original Syndicate series, so they knew about this, and it's sort of a hark back to the past, the tradition of Syndicate. And then it's a play on words, because Satellite Rain, rain as in kings, is a play on the idea that as long as you have access to your relay beacons, which have a satellite uplink, you are in control of the city, or you are reigning, get it, reigning over the city. And there you go, very simple. I just wanted to give you a few quick tips so that you could get into the game and hopefully start to enjoy it a little better. I really recommend this game. I was a huge fan of the original Syndicate series, and I'm finding, this is as good as it could be as a modern remake or reimagination of what Syndicate could be in 2015. The graphics are great, the dynamics are great. It's got all of the parts of the original game, and just the fact that it's a big open world environment instead of closed off missions is just a huge plus. So I couldn't recommend it anymore, and I love the fact that this was a Kickstarter campaign and it's a small studio behind it, and I really hope you support these guys like I have. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you subscribe and hit that like button, and take care guys. See you in the next one.